And what's up? What's new? What's going on with everybody? What is going on today? I'm your host, Mike C. Welcome to the Tuned In Live podcast. I was supposed to go live with this yesterday, but I had some other things come up, and I was going to have a co-host, but right now he's working. Hopefully he'll check it out later on, because today is a couple of interesting topics that we have. But before I get into that, guys, if you happen to look below, we have actually changed our Facebook a little bit. We had some issues with our old Facebook page. Apparently something happened. I don't know what. And I ended up having to create another Facebook account for Arrow with a Name. So scrolling through right now, if you can see, I'm taking a look at it right now. The links are below. It's facebook.com/Arrow with a Name 18. Since this was the year for Arrow with a Name, even though we started the brand last year. So Arrow with a Name 18, that's on Facebook right now. Be sure to hop on over there and check us out on there. Our Twitter's still the same also, at ArrowOfficial17 over on Twitter. And if you are watching us on YouTube right now, be sure to follow us on twitch.tv/Arrow with a Name. Don't miss out on when we go live with our game streams and our podcast as well. Mixer and Caffeine. Haven't really done much with those lately, but I plan on doing something with those in the future. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, boy oh boy, guys, I have a couple of good topics to talk about today, and you guys are not going to believe this shit. But first topic I want to go, it was actually going to be Soulja Boy. I have a lot to say about this because this is some crazy fucking shit coming from this article. But I have another article. This just came up yesterday. Okay. Now, Christmas is coming. We're only, 10 days away. Yeah, we're 10 days away from Christmas. It's going to be, a little over a week and a half. Today's Saturday, yeah. It's not going to be this coming Tuesday. It's like next Tuesday. So within 10 days, Christmas is going to be here. I might hold a Christmas stream. I don't know. I do work that night. I work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, which is a bummer. Who wants to work on Christmas? So, with it being Christmas, and you know how people are so sensitive, 2018 has been the year for so many liberal idiots to be offended. And they're offended by everything. And I mean, we didn't have this issue when Obama was in office. Ever since Trump went in office, ever since Trump won the election, liberals and all kind of other idiots all over the country have been doing some dumb fucking shit. And I mean it, liberals have been doing some dumb fucking shit. Okay. Now, I don't agree with everything that Trump says and does. I've already stated that. But Trump has helped this country out quite a bit. When it comes to jobs and all, hey, there's a lot of people out there working right now. If you're not working, you're probably still too lazy, to get up off your ass and actually get a job. I mean, now, for those of you who are disabled, that's a different story. You're unable to work for some kind of medical reason. That's fine. We can't force you to work because you have some kind of medical, disability that's keeping you from working. Maybe, I'm not going to shit on you for that. But for those of you who can get up, walk out your door, walk down to the store, and use food stamps to buy food for the house, or maybe you're getting welfare checks, you're going out buying a car or something, For those of you who do shit like that, look around you. There are places hiring. There are places that'll train you. Go out and get a fucking job. But you know what? With that simple statement right there, someone somewhere is going to get offended. And 2018 is the year where people are obsessed with being offended. People have been offended by a whole lot of things this year. Take a look at this Christmas song, Baby It's Cold Outside. It's a Christmas classic from the 1940s or 1950s, And people are looking at the lyrics nowadays and they're like, oh my god, this is about some guy, talking about drugging this woman, and having his way with her, and he's making the excuse, oh baby, it's cold outside, don't go outside, you're gonna freeze to death, it's cold, it's snowing, stay in here with me, let me drug you up. That's not what the fucking song is about. And that's what these idiots don't fucking understand. So, they pled, they voted and all, they complained, and some radio stations took it off the air. You know what? The song is back playing in radio stations today. They put it back by high demand. You know what? If you're a fucking Generation X person, if you're a teenager or whatever, if you're a liberal, and you want to, and if you're so fucking offended by something that's not even offensive, you just need to either shut up and you need to be locked away in a fucking straitjacket. Simple as that. You need to be locked away in a fucking straitjacket somewhere where where you have no contact with the outside world whatsoever. People are so offended by shit nowadays. I mean, look at a lot of these communities, like the LBGT community. Not shitting on them, but I'm not giving them high praise either. There's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, don't assume my gender. There's more genders out there. I'm like, look, there's 3 types of genders, okay? There's male, men, men with a penis. There's women, female, vagina, breasts. Then there's transgenders. Transgenders, it could be a woman with a penis. It could be a man with tits. Who knows? Transgender. Or, well, mostly it's just a woman, with a penis. There's, that. You know how people are actually, they have birth defects or whatever. So there's 3 types of genders right there. People are acting like there's like 10 types of fucking genders. You call a woman a female or a woman or a lady, and they're like, did you just assume my gender? I'm like, well, you know what? You just need to crawl back under that fucking rock you came out of and just shut your mouth and sit down, People get too goddamn offended. And with it being a Christmas season, like I said, they already tried, taking down the song Baby It's Cold Outside. Look at how many R&B and rap songs and rap artists out there that sing about raping hoes and fucking bitches and shit like that. Trust me, it's out there. It's all out there. Everybody knows. You hear about you're one of these new age dumbass rappers with tattoos all over their fucking body and 100 piercings in their face, singing about fucking hoes in the alley and shit, getting them pregnant and then claiming it's not their kid. That kind of stuff. I'm like, how do you not find that offensive? But you'll pick on a song that's been out for over 60, 70 years. And you want to pick it apart and say, this song offends me because it's against all women. 2018 is the year where women come out and say, oh, this man raped me, this man did. Shut the fuck up. All right? It's an innocent little Christmas song. Listen to it. Now, even a fucking coworker of mine, I swear to God, he never heard the song. And he's sitting there reading the lyrics. He's like, oh yeah, it is pretty racy. And I'm thinking, get the fuck out of here, man. I mean, this is a guy who talks kind of liberal, so I guess I could say that. But here's another liberal thing. I call it a liberal thing because anytime I hear about this kind of shit, it's gotta be a liberal thing, It's gotta be fucking liberal. And this came up just yesterday or a couple days ago. Well, this article I'm reading, it came out on the 13th. For a gender-neutral Santa. Survey says Saint Nick is ready for a rebranding. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, I wasn't even going to mention this today, but then a little earlier I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers. He's a pretty good comedian, and he's really straight down to earth with a lot of shit. Like, just a lot of good shit. When you listen to how he rants and talks, this guy is straight down to earth. This is the kind of voice we need for America or need for the human race. Comedian Vic DiBattista. He did a video earlier ranting about the gender-neutral Santa. And I was like, you know what? I gotta put my feedback in on this too. So I'm going into this article here. I haven't even read it yet, but I'm already looking at the first the first sentence here, and I'm just laughing inside. It's like, a gender-neutral hipster Santa? That's among the suggestions a logo design company said it received when it asked people how they would update the image of Saint Nick, according to CBS Pittsburgh. Graphic Springs said it surveyed 400 people in the US and the UK. Ah, Christ, the UK. Look, I can give two shits about what goes on in the UK, alright? I know one or two people over there that can just, go jump off the London Bridge and just, just drown with a concrete brick or whatever, But I know that not all people over in the UK are bad, I do have some buddies that live in the UK are pretty cool, but for me, I'm like, it only takes those two people to kill it for me, whatever. But apparently in the UK and over here in the US, Graphic Springs, whoever Graphic Springs is, they surveyed 400 people, then voted 4,000, then 4,000 people voted on the suggestions. The results said there shouldn't even be a percentage for this poll. There shouldn't be a percentage. But they said 27% of people believe that Santa should be a woman or gender neutral. Nearly 11% voted for female, while 17% approved for a gender neutral Kris Kringle. Oh, for fuck's sake. Look. Even Vic DiBattello stated that, St. Nicholas, jolly old St. Nick, Kris Kringle, Santa Claus, is a fictional Christmas character that was created for the kids. There's a lot of kids out today that do believe that there is a Santa Claus. Do you want to really break your child's heart and say there is no Santa Claus? It's mommy and daddy that puts a Christmas presents under the tree? No, that's breaking tradition. You're breaking a kid's heart. My daughter thinks Santa Claus is real. I'm going to keep it like that until she's old enough to know and understand that it was just a childhood fairy tale, that she believed in, but it's still good, to keep the child's spirits up. That's what you want to do. And, of course, for adults, you see all these Christmas movies, you see all these Christmas shows. Christmas time is too commercial for a lot of people. Now, if you go back and watch a Charlie Brown Christmas cartoon, yeah, he talks about how Christmas is too commercial when it comes to, money and shit. And that cartoon was actually pretty smart. If you watch Charlie Brown Christmas, it's a pretty smart cartoon. And when you think about it, yeah, Christmas is too commercial nowadays because it's all for the kids. The kids are, they're happy that they're going to have a week or two off from school. Maybe it's going to snow outside. They're going to be able to go out and have fun. Christmas Day comes. They got all their brand new toys. They didn't have to pay out for it. They got their toys. Nowadays, they got their electronics. They're getting clothes. They can go out and show off their new stuff to their friends and all. They can have fun. Yeah, we all enjoyed Christmas when we were kids. And now as adults, when you have kids of your own, and of course, you got to feed into that commercialism. Is that even a fucking word? Commercialism? I don't know. But you got to feed into it. You become one with what your parents have been with since you were a kid. You who work your ass off for every penny, nickel, and dime just so you can go out and treat your kids. Just get your kids what you think they want or what they want. And of course, the prices of all that shit is, oh my god. Can you imagine going out and getting a doll, let's say you have a little girl like mine, you get her a Baby Alive doll or something, a doll that cries and wets its diaper and shit, you think, okay, this is something my daughter would love. You know how much you buy those things for? $25. Jesus Christ. $20 or $25 for that. Toys are getting more and more expensive nowadays. And I'm like, how did my parents even afford this shit? When I was growing up, I was like, well, they had better jobs than probably I do. I don't know. I do have a good job. I am able to buy for my kids, pay my bills and shit, mortgage, all that kind of stuff. So once you grow up and you learn the adult responsibilities, and you're like, you know what? I know my daughter's going to grow up, but for now, I want her to enjoy her childhood as much as she can. Have fun. If she believes in Santa Claus, I'm not going to break her of that Christmas spirit, But getting back on track, Santa Claus is a man. He's a jolly old man who, in the kid's fairy tale, works at the North Pole with a bunch of elves, a bunch of midgets, whatever you want to call them. And he delivers presents around the world on Christmas Eve. And of course, there's questions that kids bring up. Like, how does Santa Claus deliver all these presents to all these kids in one night? I'm like, I don't know. He's magic, how we got a thin ass chimney and he tries to fit it. You worry about him fitting his fat ass down that chimney. It's magic, So to keep the spirit alive for the kids, just say, okay, yeah, Santa Claus is real. Santa Claus will bring you a toy or whatever. You go out there, you buy that one gift, and you're like, okay, I want her to have, or I want him to have a gift that's from Santa Claus. So you pick one random gift, and you're like, you know what? I'll put one or two gifts under the tree, and I'll say from Santa to you, or to you from Santa, And that's what kids believe in. But now, there's some liberals out there. I thought it was just the United States, but apparently in the UK also, these people are so fucking dumb. They're like, we want Saint Nicholas. We want Santa Claus to be a female. We want him to, be gender neutral. And it gets better, too. I'm looking at a list of shit right now. It gets better. 72% said Santa should be a man, which is what he should stay as. I mean, this is what the icon has been for the last, 1,000 years or some shit, the gender neutral. Well, they want him gender neutral, and like he's been a man for like so many thousand years or some shit, But get this, okay. Among the other suggestions, 22% said that he should trade in the sleigh and reindeer for a flying car. Okay, you're too fucking much now. You want him to trade in the sleigh and reindeer for a flying DeLorean? Are you fucking insane? I'm dead fucking serious, guys. If you look it up, this is what I'm looking at. This is WTSP.com. I guess it's a news station now. Oh, it's out in Tampa, Florida. Yeah, fuck Florida. Yeah, Florida. A bunch of jabronis live down here. But this is a poll. This is what actual people, mind you, this is what actual human beings that we live down here with, live and breathe with. This is what actual human beings are saying, okay? 22% of them said that Santa should be in a flying car. Well, let's see. For one, we know realistically there will never be a flying car for so many scientific reasons. So you see Santa flying around in a goddamn DeLorean. Hey, you might as well make pigs fly, hell freeze over, groundhogs are bringing your mail, and whatever the fuck the Ghostbusters said. What was it? The dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria, all that kind of shit. You might as well bring all that in too. 25% said that he should turn in his boots and wear trainers. What the fuck are trainers? I don't even think I've heard of those. Let me look at that. What are trainers? Watch our trainer shoes. Let's see. Sneakers and trainers. Difference between sneakers and trainers. I want to see what the hell these things look like. Oh god. What? Oh, they're basically like sneakers in a way. Like, you want him to wear those? Yeah, I could probably see Santa Claus toting across the fucking world in a pair of Jordans, wouldn't you? Old Saint Nick, he's flying around the world in a pair of Air Jordans. Jesus, you can't make this shit up. This is exactly what I'm reading. 21% said he should go on a diet. Jesus Christ. I mean, come on. I mean, that's probably the people who think that, big people are disgusting or some shit. I'm like, you know what? We are living, breathing human beings. We work the same jobs that you do. We eat the same shit you do. We live the same lives you do. Don't give me that fucking bullshit. 23% said he should use Amazon Prime. Okay, now you're going too far. 20% said a tattooed Santa would be cool. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure, Santa Claus toting around here with a fucking, Glock 9, you know, it's like ho ho ho, bitch. I could see some failed fucking rapper singing about that shit. Speaking of failed rapper, we'll cover that in a little bit. Can you imagine Saint Nick coming down your chimney, and he's all fucking tattooed around the wrists and shit. He looks like one of those failed rappers, like 6ix9ine or whatever. You know what? If mom and dad woke up and seen that shit, you know what they'd do? They would reach for their fucking home invasion weapon and pump 2 shots in that son of a bitch. And then they realize, oh, really? That was Santa Claus? I thought we were fucking getting robbed. 18% said that he should get a new hairstyle and wear skinny jeans. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hasn't the fad for skinny jeans died off? I mean, hasn't that been dead for like a few years now? Ah, damn. You can't make this shit up. This is what people are actually fucking... This is what people are actually doing. They're surveying these fucking idiots, and these are the idiots that are coming out and saying this shit. Oh my hell. I have no words for how idiotic and brainless these people are. I mean, it's bad enough you all think that Baby It's Cold Outside is a sexist song and talks about rape. Then they want to say that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer talks about bullying, racism, homophobia, and all kind of shit. Like, people, grow up. Grow a brain. Or just sit down, shut up, Junior, you know. Just that's what I like to do. I like to sit there and look at him and just say, you know, shut up, Junior. Just sit down in the corner, cry and weep your little liberal eyes out, and just don't say anything at all. Just shut your mouth, basically. And that's... I can't believe. What's the next article in this damn thing? Pennsylvania residents filling growing pothole with Christmas tree. I wonder how that worked. Oh, I wonder how that worked out for them. Don't know. Don't care. God, I thought I'd seen it all. And then I come across this article. Okay, moving on, guys. This is the main topic right here. This is the meat in the sandwich here. This dude. All right, he is an irrelevant. I call him a failed rapper. Yeah, he only may have had one decent song out about 10, 11 years ago or whatever. And I'm just like, this guy, he's a failure. Now he's trying to get into the video game industry. He's trying to get in the business of selling video games. And that is Soulja Boy. He only had that fucking one song. I guess it was like Soulja Boy. I only like it when Travis Barker was fucking cover. Well, he wasn't really covering. He was just like doing a drum cover for it and shit. I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty dope. That was the only thing I liked from that. Other than that, I never really listened to this moron. But now that this article has come out the other day, and I was watching this YouTuber calls himself Review Tech USA. He was talking about it. And I was just like gathering as much info on it as I could. And I'm even looking at the article right now, and I'm like, is this guy even serious? Like, even he's even getting a lot of hate on Twitter about it, and people are responding to him about this video game console that he's releasing, and he's not taking to the haters real well. He's like, oh yeah, this is my game console. I'm releasing it. Da 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 da. Then he wants to do another one. Okay, Soulja Boy is selling out a gaming console with 800 games on it. Okay, with 800 games on it, how do you sell a video game console with 800 games? Like, you can't even install 800 games to an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4 without adding external hard drives. And I'm talking like terabytes upon terabytes of space. Hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm being interrupted.
It's not as if the razor-toothed T-Rex is really going to jump out of the bushes in your own backyard. Jurassic Park the handheld game. New from Tiger. Batteries not included.
You wouldn't think, Ali Schneider.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. So let's get back to this article here. So, imagine trying to buy a console like an Xbox One, PlayStation 4, And you're like, how many games can I get on it? Well, let's see. It's a 1 terabyte hard drive. Depending on the size of the games, patches, updates, DLCs, you could probably fit about maybe 20 games on that son of a bitch. Maybe less. Hold on. I'm thinking I'm going too steep in this. 20 games sounds a little too steep. Okay. Because a game, your typical game runs anywhere from 40 to 60 gigabytes for the base game. Then you got to talk about updates. You got to talk about patches, possible DLCs for it. All that shit adds up. So I'm thinking maybe about 10, 15, maybe 20 games at the most for a 1 terabyte hard drive. This dude actually, he went through a third-party company to manufacture and distribute this game console. Let me go ahead on into it. Okay. Soulja Boy is perhaps the best known as a recording artist. I wouldn't say best known. He's irrelevant nowadays. But he's also a longtime gamer. Well, I guess that's a surprise right there, since he's releasing a game console with 800 games, but we'll get into that. And now he's selling game devices to help you relive video games of old. If you head over to Soulja Boy's Soulja Watch website right now, you'll find the option to buy either the Soulja Boy console or the Soulja Boy handheld. Let me click on that. Okay, I'm on the website right now. SouljaWatch.com. Oh my god, I can't believe this website actually exists. Okay, so the console itself is originally marked for $200, $199.99. Now he's got a thing on there. It's like, oh, it's on sale for $149.99. Package, yes, brand name, Soulja game by Ambernick. I guess Ambernick. I guess that's the console. I guess that's the third-party company that made this piece of shit. It's an HD game console. The size of the console is 20 by 16 by 4 centimeters, so it's a 20 inches wide by, well, 20 inches long by 16 inches wide, or something like that, I guess. I don't even know how big this fucking console is. It looks like probably about the same size as an Xbox One, but I'll get to that. It's white in color. The material is SG video game console. Type for Soulja game / PS, which is PlayStation, Neo Geo, PC, Sega, Game Boy Advance, NES games. Age over 3 years old. So apparently they've been making this console for the last 3 years. It's been in development for 3 years, and there's over 800 games for it. But I'm looking at it right now, and this is insane. Here, where is I'm sorry, I gotta switch over. fuck wants to do that? God damn. $200 or $150 for this thing. Let's get back to the article. Okay. And he's got a handheld. Oh, I hate to see what the handheld looks like. Oh my god. The console comes with a white box design that connects to your television. It also comes with a controller reminiscent to its design of the PlayStation controller. After you plug it in, you'll find it comes with 800 built-in games of old, including titles that have been on the Nintendo Entertainment System, Sega Genesis, Neo Geo, PC, and PlayStation, among others. The console costs $200. It's currently on sale for $150. I don't think it's going to leave that sale. Matter of fact, anybody who buys this thing, you're an idiot. You are a true idiot. Okay, now the handheld. Oh my god, guys, you got to see this. You can't hear the audio? I'm here. Oh, God. You should be able to. I know who that is. That's my buddy Dark. Oh, my God. So... Oh God, I'm sorry. I know what happened. I know what happened. I know exactly what happened. Oh Jesus, I didn't even add the microphone over there, guys. I didn't even add the fucking mic. I don't know what the hell. Okay, audio. Let me do that again. All right, let me do that again. I'm sorry, Dark. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. I'm sorry. Let me try that again. Alright, can you hear me now? There we go. Alright. Sorry about that, Dark. I'm glad you said something. I should have checked. I'm sitting here looking and all this and that. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm just like pointing and clicking to all this shit, and... I'm so sorry. So, yeah. This is Soulja Boy's actual website. This is the actual website. I can't believe what the fuck I'm looking at, man. I can't believe it. I can't believe what the hell I'm looking at here. This is actual shit. Alright, let me make sure. Okay. Everything is picking up now. Alright. Dark, you should be able to hear me. Prophet, you should be able to hear me. So, this is Soulja Boy's website, official website, SouljaWatch.com. Okay. SouljaWatch.com. Now, I'm looking at this shit. Coming off of the article, I'll go back to the article in a minute, but I clicked on it and I see the console. This is the game console that he's selling on his website. It's going for $150 right now. $150 fucking dollars for this game console. And it's said to be packaged with 800 games on it, and I'll get to that in a little bit too. I'll definitely get to that. This is fucking insane. So 150 for this game console. Okay, then you got a handheld, which it even plays Switch games. It plays Switch games, 3DS games, etc. Then you got, I don't even know what the fuck this is. This is a $400 console marked down from $640. That's ridiculous. With a controller that resembles, well, pretty much is an Xbox One controller. It's an Xbox One controller. When you look at it from this angle, but then when you look at it from this angle, this is literally an Xbox 360 controller. It's an Xbox 360 controller. I can't make this shit up, guys. It's literally an Xbox 360 controller. So this dude is copyright infringing all these consoles. He's copyright infringing all these game consoles. Then you got this, which is a touchpad tablet. I already showed you that. And he's got a smartphone. He's got headbuds. Over here, he's got a smartwatch. I don't know. I can't do that anymore. I'm sorry. Oh God. But yeah, Dark. I'm sorry about that. I'm glad you mentioned that because I should have checked that before the stream. I should have checked that before the stream started. For that one page. But thank you for definitely for letting me know. You can't hear the audio. It was a thing on my end. So guys, if you're actually here, if you're listening to this, you can check back later on YouTube. I'm going to actually edit this podcast to edit out those parts that I clicked on, and I will pretty much add, the section where you can actually hear me on there. I don't know what it is. It's something with Streamlabs, so I'll get that fixed up. But yeah, those are the products that are on this website, SouljaWatch.com. I fucking kid you not. Even if you click on home There's a picture of the smartwatches, like SouljaWatch.com. The Soulja watch is here. Jesus Christ. Pretty soon he's going to try to come out with the VR headsets and shit, you know. Soulja Watch is only $19.99. Features a camera, Bluetooth, Soulja Watch sports band, and apps. Oh my god, access Facebook on this piece of shit. Yeah, get your kids one of those for Christmas. They'll hate you for life. I guarantee it. So, anyway, now that we've taken a look at the Soulja Boy game systems and all the accessories that he's selling as all complete garbage. So, the handheld, which typically goes for $200, you can get it now for $100. Oh, they knocked it down to $100. I saw it for like $113 something, but okay, it's now down to $100. Comes with a 3-inch screen with buttons and a D-pad to help you control the action. Control what action? Like the console, it comes bundled with games, though it has 3,000 titles instead of 8. Oh god, now there's 3,000 titles to it. And let's see, its games come from the Nintendo Switch, the 3DS, PlayStation Vita, among others. What's unclear, however, is how Soulja Boy's company is actually accessing and offering the games. Licensing so many of these titles from the game makers can be very difficult and pricey, to say the least. It's possible, though, and confirmed, that the devices are running ROMs or a computer file that has a copy of the game on it. Nothing on the Soulja Boy's website says how the games are obtained. I'd buy a thrift store AIDS-ridden bedspread before buying a Soulja anything. Yeah, pretty much. Oh god, let's see. Soulja Watch representative did not immediately respond to Fortune request to comment. The Soulja game console and handheld are both available now on Soulja Watch website. Okay, so this failed rapper, this failed piece of trash, who calls himself Soulja Boy. Okay, he has his idea of making a console and selling it as his own brand. But he's running pirated games off the thing. Pirated. Which, you know what pirated is? Illegal games. I mean, okay, I still play ROMs on the computer. I download them for my own enjoyment, my own entertainment. I play them every now and then. You know, I got all the NES games. I got all the Super Nintendos, the Sega Genesis, PlayStation. I got a lot of games of those. Dreamcast, you name it. I still play that shit on the computer. Now, yeah, for the better experience, you would go out, get the actual console, and play it that way. But when you don't have money like me or anybody else, and you really want to play these games, and you don't care about how you get them or how you play them, access them, whatever, this is the way. So, he packages, and he goes through this third-party company who assembles his console, you know, builds it, puts everything on it, etc., and they sell it for $200 to $300 with pirated games, and he calls it its own. Okay, here's the biggest issue right now with this, and I know and I hope it happens soon. Nintendo is going to sue the fuck, not only out of the company that he's running through, they're going to sue the fuck out of him for copyright infringement. And everybody knows how big of assholes Nintendo can be when it comes to shit like this. I mean, they're the reason why a lot of these emulation sites that, you know, where you can download the ROMs and the emulators and all that from, they're the reason why they're shutting all these sites down. They're suing a lot of these big sites for copyright infringement, for putting their titles, their property on the internet for people to download, quote unquote, illegally and free. You know, Nintendo's a bunch of money grubbing motherfuckers anyway, and we'll still play their products though. We're slaves to Nintendo. But this dude, where does he get? He don't have that kind of money. Donald Trump doesn't have the fucking money to buy the licensing for 800 games. Alright, if you put Donald Trump and Bill Gates together, Both of those motherfuckers don't add up to enough to be able to buy the licensing to use and put all of these games on this console. There is not enough money in the world for that. You gotta go through a lot of red tape. You gotta have a lot of buck. You gotta have a lot of dead presidents in your wallet to say, I want to put Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3. I want to put all the Super Mario Brothers games on this console. How much can I pay for the license? And I mean, I don't want your copyright, but I want to be able to buy the license or whatever. I want to be able to buy the rights to put this on my game console. And you know what? Nintendo still probably say fuck you anyway, because you know they want a buck of that. Like, let's say for Super Mario Brothers, just the first one, as old as it is, it's an antique, but it's still a very common game. Let's say Nintendo says, okay, we'll let you buy the license or pretty much rent the license for your console for, let's say, $5 million. Let's say they say, okay, $5 million for the licensing. Plus, we want a chunk of whatever you get out of the sales for this console. Like, let's say the console is $300, and you have 1,000 morons out there who buy this. 1,000 morons. All right, let's take a look at that. Where the hell's my calculator at? My calculator ain't fucking working now. What the hell? You gotta love Windows. Oh, that'll pull up. Everything but my calculator will pull up. I guess I had to pull up on my damn phone. Windows 10, you fucking failed me. So let's say $300 times 1,000 people who buy this. That's $300,000. So let's say Soulja Boy makes $300,000 off of selling this piece of garbage. And you got just one game on there, Super Mario Brothers. Nintendo is going to take at least half, maybe a little bit more, of that $300,000. Leaving old Soulja Boy with $150,000, maybe less than that, and that's just for one game. And that's if people buy it. And then you want to put 800 games on there, okay? And I'm pretty sure maybe about 200 of them are Nintendo. Okay, you got 800 games on there. You're not going to put every single game on there. So, let's see. Nintendo-wise, for the NES, there's at least 750 some titles for the NES. North American and Japanese release. Okay. PlayStation, about the same. Super Nintendo, if it's even on there. Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis has like 750 games. So, between all those main consoles that were mentioned on that website, there's at least, oh my god, 3,000 to 4,000 games, and you're putting only 800 of them on there. So, you gotta buy the license from all these game developers, whether it be Electronic Arts, Konami, Nintendo, any of those. You gotta buy the rights, you gotta buy the license for these games. Like I said, 800 games? Buy the license for every single one? Donald fucking Trump and Bill Gates together, they don't have enough money to put to buy this shit. So how does Soulja Boy get away with this shit? This console apparently came out this year, and people are just now finding out about it. Wait till Nintendo finds out about it. Wait till all these other game companies find out about this shit. Old boy's gonna be doing some fucking hard time in jail. Everybody gonna be looking at him behind bars. Soulja Boy, my hoe! He gonna be somebody's hoe. What are you in for? Oh, I pirated a bunch of fucking dumbass video games. I'm a gamer. I pirated some games and some people got fucking butthurt. And you know what? Some smart guy in behind them bars be like, well, did you buy the licenses for it? Did you buy the copyright? Because you gotta do that before you actually put it on a game console. Oh no, I didn't think of that. So, how can this guy... He only had, what, two albums, one album, two albums, somewhere around there. I gotta Wikipedia his fucking ass. See, I don't even fucking listen to the idiot. You know, I only know he had like that one fucking song, and he had one album, and I guess it didn't go anywhere or whatever. Let's see, how many actual albums did this piece of shit? Oh my god, he released a whole bunch of them back to back to back to back to back. So album releases, he had like 2, 4, 6, 8. He had 12 albums. He would release like 2 albums. He released 2 albums back in 2016. He released 3 of them back in 2015, 2 in 2014, 1 in 2013. He took a break between 2010 and 2013, but he had 1 in 2010, 1 in 2008, and 2 in 2007. And then, of course, back in 2016, he has like 3 or 4 albums that are upcoming releases to be announced, and that was, what, 2 years ago? Soulja Boy Game, okay. This is another thing that he did too. Well, I guess it's talking about the console. Yeah, he released a video game console called the Soulja Game. It drew criticism for being an overpriced emulator of Nintendo and Sega games. Oh, he had some legal issues over the past few years. Wow. I'm not going to read up on that. But you know what? What gets me right here? Robbery. That's right, old boy Soulja Boy. On December 30th, 2008, he was, let's see, Way was robbed and battered in his home. Was that his name, Way? What's his fucking name? Oh, DeAndre Way. Okay, apparently he was robbed. Okay. I thought he committed the robbery. Okay, apparently he was robbed and battered in his home. Initial reports indicated that robbers were 6 masked men with AK-47s and pistols, but on December 31st, videos surfaced the internet of 2 masked men claiming sole credit for the crime. So this dude, he over-exaggerated. He said, yeah, 6 guys came in all masked with AK-47s. Oh, Jesus Christ. How pathetic do you gotta get with that for a goddamn robbery? How pathetic. Let's see. He described the incident to MTV News a month later. He had come home very late at night after attending an album release party, yeah, I'm sure, and was recording songs with friends when the robbers came in pointing their guns. On January 26, 2009, during another interview, he clarified that it was 3 robbers and not 6, stating, I got back to my house around 3 in the morning. I was in the studio recording, so 2 of my homeboys was in the living room, and me and Arab was in the studio recording. Somebody kicked the door down. One dude ran in and put the AK to my homeboy head, put him on the floor. The other 2 ran in, my homeboy jumped in the other room. I can't make this up. This is how he put it. This is how it's quote-unquote saying on Wikipedia. So the other 2 dudes ran back. So I peeped in the door, and they running through my house with Ks and pistols, so I ducked back. I really can't dwell on what happened after, but it was a messed up situation. I'm glad everyone made it out alive. The police report made no mention of any gunfire taking place. God, you can't even fucking explain a robbery right. How do I go from talking about his fucking cracked up game console to him? Like, this dude is completely fucked up, man. Like, no wonder his goddamn career went down the shitter. Oh, here we go. Studio albums. He only got 4 studio albums. Last one came out in 2015. What movie? Apparently he was in some movies. He was in a movie, let's see, Officer Down. Oh, Christ, there was a documentary, Soulja Boy the movie. Who the fuck would make a movie about that fucking whack job? Yeah, he's a fucking rundown. He's a rundown failed rapper to me. You know, he's a piece of garbage, and he's only 28 years old. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's a piece of garbage. I'm sorry, but this guy, God, 28 years old. He says he's a gamer. When you get into the business of wanting to create your own video game or video game console or anything like that, if you want to get into that kind of industry and business, you gotta learn how to work it. You can't just make a box, put pirated games on this box, and get away with it. You can't expect to do that. You can't expect to get away with this kind of shit, you know? You put on pirated games. And you should know, with the history of Nintendo over the last 3 to 4 years, how hard Nintendo's been on emulation. People putting Nintendo Power magazines on the internet in PDF form for people to read. That was up for a limited time, and then Nintendo found out, like, nope, take it down. That pissed a lot of people off. And then people were, taking the game code for The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers, and making their own shit, just like making 3D. I remember playing a beta form of The Legend of Zelda, which was in 3D, and it was amazing. It was mind-blowing. Then Nintendo caught one of it and like, nope, shut it down. And they're a bunch of assholes. This thing is not going to last long. You see, okay, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that are pretty fucking dumbfounded, and they went ahead and bought it and said, oh, hell yeah, I'm buying a fucking box for $300-$400. It's got 800 games on it. Yeah, how many of those games actually work on that console? Has anybody even plugged the console in and tested it? Has anybody even tested the thing to see if every game works on there, to see if it's actually functioning right? Because if you buy a $300 product and not everything is functioning right, if the controller is fucking garbage, if the graphics are garbage, look at the PlayStation Classic. That just came out. That's $100. You know the biggest problem with the PlayStation Classic? A lot of the games on it are PAL versions. They're European versions. They're PAL versions. They run at 50 hertz. They're disgusting. They're very ugly on American TVs. American TVs run at 60 hertz. Sony didn't even do that right. Sony did nothing right with that console. That's why I got so much negative feedback. But that's not going to be compared to this steaming pile of goat shit that this failed wrapping piece of garbage just put on. I have no words for it. I have no words for it. I can't believe this thing actually exists. I can't believe this guy is making this merchandise. He's getting away with it. I'm like, dude, you only had 4 studio albums. I know they couldn't have sold that well. You ain't living like fucking Shaquille O'Neal. Come on, man. You're like, who's even heard of him, really? Like, how long has it been since you heard of Soulja Boy or listened to a Soulja Boy song or an album? He's pretty much fucking irrelevant right now. Like, who the fuck has heard of him, really? Unless an album comes out and they're like, who the fuck is Soulja Boy? Unfucking believable. I'll tell you, it's very unfucking believable that this dude, he's making video game consoles illegal. Well, they're not illegally. It is through a third-party company, but what he's doing is illegal. It is illegal. He can get fined and charged for it. Is what he don't understand. He can get fined and charged for what he's doing with these consoles. I mean, for those of you who actually are dumb enough to buy it, nothing's gonna happen to you. You're just gonna waste $300-$400 on a fucking box that looks just like an Xbox One. The controllers look just like the PlayStation 2 controllers, and it probably plays like garbage. You'd be better off getting one of those old electronic handheld games we used to have back in the 90s. The Tiger Electronics, the ones with the little fucking screen. It had the set background to it, and you had these little fucking wireframe characters and shit running through, and you control. Look them up. Tiger Electronics. Just look them up, or even go to AVGN's on Cinemassacre. Angry Video Game Nerd. He covered the electronic Tiger handheld games. I used to have a couple of those. Actually, I thought those were I thought they were the bomb back in the day, depending on what you had. But those are better than. I'd rather play one of those than play a product from a failed, irrelevant rapper calls himself Soulja Boy. I tell you one thing. At least his stage name is unique. It's better than 6ix9ine. I'll give him credit for that. I'll give him something. I'm not gonna give him everything. I'll give him something. Like, at least your name ain't 6ix9ine and you got tattoos up the ass all over your face and shit, and you look like you've been, you look like some fucking 5-year-old decorated your whole face with tattoos and piercings and shit. I mean, even Mike Tyson would be fucking disappointed. Mike Tyson would be disappointed. Oh god, but yeah, guys, that pretty much does it for today. We're at an hour. Like I said, sorry about the other 2 parts. I thought I had my mic hooked up. I was talking the whole time. But thank you, Dark, for bringing that to my attention. I'm glad you mentioned something, because when I came back and I was like, oh shit, my mic wasn't set for the CPU display. But I set that, so I'm glad you brought that up to me. Thank you very much. To everybody else, thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining today. Like I said before, our Facebook page has changed. We do have a new Facebook page that is in progress. It's a work in progress, but it's up right now. Facebook.com/arrow18. Also, if you're on Twitter and you want updates on when we're going to be streaming and what we're going to be streaming next, be sure to follow us on Twitter at arrowofficial17. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to check out our main streaming channel, twitch.tv/arrow. Or if you're listening right now and you want to re-listen to this stream later on and view our other streams from what we did in the past, go over to our YouTube channel, Arrow Entertainment. Look us up on there. Give us a subscribe. Guys, thank you for coming today. We'll catch you later. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be back here streaming maybe some Devil May Cry, maybe some PUBG, something like that. I will let you guys know on Twitter and on Facebook. Be sure to follow us on both, and I'll catch you guys on the flip.